Greetings and salutations, fellow Newmans. Welcome back. This is Rev, and we're going to do a How Did He Build That video. So, the video that we're going to focus on today is Rust Trap and Roll Players and my cheap automated trap. This is the Prim Shop and Bar video. As always, if you do like the video, please go ahead and click that like button. Even better, subscribe. It does help the channel. Alright, so we'll start first of all with the building layout, and then we'll do the electrics after that. Alright, so first of all, let's go ahead and let's start with the basic layout, which is a 5x3. I'm not going to go ahead and include the base at the back, other than to put down 2 floor tiles just so we can go ahead and put a TC down. At the front, I went ahead and used legacy wood. Go ahead and thick with a theme. And at the back, I went ahead and used sheet metal. Kind of looked very similar, also gave me a little bit of protection should anybody have attempted to raid me. So we're going to go and we're going to build a frame, door, frame. You can swap this second frame out for a door if you want to go ahead and just use a single door. We're going to go ahead and use a double door as we did in the video. Again, with these, I did feel comfortable in putting sheet metal down. So we went ahead, we had the vending machine in the middle. We had a shop front window for interactions and recording on the right. And then we went ahead and we had some see-through doors on the left. We did go ahead and put a flame trap down here just as a precaution. I'm not going to go ahead and do that today, but certainly it's always wise to have a few extra traps just to go ahead and protect you. Alright, we're also going to go ahead and just sheet metal this piece up. What you want to do with this back area is, again, up to you, but it kind of fit the theme a little better. Alright, we'll come back to the electronics there in a second. Let's just go ahead, slap down a TC. Obviously, again, what you want to do back there is up to you. And let's go to the front of the building. So first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is enclose the stone fireplace area. I like the stone fireplace for 2, maybe 3 reasons. First is, again, fit the theme, I got some comfort, I was able to put some chairs. Secondly, I was able to go ahead and find a way to, cook up some wood while given that comfort, produce some sulfur. And it also was used to go ahead and cook up that organic human meat that we went ahead and fed to the patrons afterwards. So next you're going to have 3 frames, and you are going to go ahead and cover the outside. And we're going to do all this in legacy wood. Now, when I ran the shop, I went ahead and did so with the intent of not allowing anybody to use drones. Purpose for that, I was selling the items extremely cheaply. I wanted people to be running over. Obviously, if you want to go ahead and have drones, I would suggest you go ahead and put another vending machine elsewhere, because we do need this roof as part of the trap. Okay, so we got the base layout there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go and put the door on. You do not want to go ahead and have a lock on. We want to give our patrons the ability to kick the door in or kick the door out. It just depends which way you want to go ahead and do it. Alright, and then finally what I did here on the outside is I wanted to make sure that the patrons weren't going to go ahead and have an opportunity to escape while they were doing the shop transaction. So I went ahead and I put some themed items in. We had the piano and we had the fridge. Alright, so we're all set. I think I also had some chairs down here. How you want to decorate it from this point is your choice. There was a sofa over there. So the most important part of the outside here, decoration wise, is bear rugs, and I'll explain why in a minute. You want to have a minimum of 2 bear rugs. You want to have the bear rugs placed just like that, with the ears just poking out, and you want this to be above the vending machine. You have the option of having a third bear rug here, and then you can continue decorating how you want along the top and the bottom, but you do want those bear rugs there. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's talk about the electronics themselves. So the first thing you're going to need is a large battery. Medium batteries, small batteries, they're not going to go ahead and cut it. You need to have a large battery for this to work. Unless you've got a ton of windmills or a ton of solar panels that are running at the time to provide you with the power, you're going to need the battery. Okay? And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to place the Tesla coils. Now, as you've probably guessed, the Tesla coils we are planting here within the bear rugs where they are invisible. When set off, they will not destroy the bear rugs. You don't want to place them on the top, you want to place them here inside where no one can see them, but where you can still go ahead and activate them or power them up and repair them. There's 4 there. You can also go ahead and you can place one up here with another bear rug if you want to do so. Completely up to you. Just make sure that again they're tucked within the bear's head, and you can also go ahead if you have the greenery and slide them down here and place them either underneath the foundation or in the grass outside the foundation. You didn't see it in the video, but I actually had 3 more buried down here. I just never had the opportunity to activate them there. All the new ones came straight in. Alright, so now let's go ahead and let's power up the trap. So the first thing you need is a storage monitor. You want to place a storage monitor on top of the vending machine, and then you also want to go ahead and have a switch next to the vending machine. In the video, we had it in a different room. It made running back and forth a pain. Obvious solution in hindsight, place it next to the vending machine. The reason you're placing the switch there is when this is fully activated, you might want to go ahead and add or take items from here. Once this is running, if you do that with the power on, it's going to automatically activate the trap, giving your position away, damaging the Tesla coils, or potentially hurting a friend. Next, we're going to want to go ahead and fix the power for the machine. Now, I like to use electronic branches. Obviously, you will go ahead and do this according to your choice. And we're going to start with 4 different branches, 1 separated, and then finally, a little further on, we're going to place another one, and we're going to go ahead and place a splitter. These 2 here are going to consist of the actual trap on power. This is going to dictate how much of our power is going into the trap, and these 3 are going to control the electronics that we need for the trap. So the first thing that I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to take advantage of the full 100 power here within the battery. I'm going to set the branch out to 20, and I'm going to leave the rest of the power 80. This power out is going to run the Tesla coils. We won't be using the power unless the trap is triggered, so it will allow the battery to go ahead and be hooked up with another power source to make sure we got some reserve power for when it is turned on. This 20 is going to run our trap. So the first piece of power we're going to set, we're going to leave it at 2, and we're going to move that over to the switch to go ahead and turn the storage monitor on and off. Second piece of power we are going to use by taking the power out into the next power in is going to go ahead and control, when I can find it, the timer. The timer is going to dictate how long our trap is going to be running. We're going to turn the power to 3 for the timer, and we are going to put that into the power out or power in at the bottom. And then on the storage monitor, we're going to switch the power out. We're going to move it down to the timer, apologise for the work here, and we're going to move it into the toggle on. So what's going to happen if we add or subtract something, it's going to go ahead, it's going to send a pulse once that switch is turned on. It's going to go ahead and send a pulse to the timer to show that it's activated. Default is 10 seconds. Okay. And then we are going to go ahead and we're going to have the third piece of power switch over, and I like to go ahead and have some kind of manual way to activate the trap as needed. In this case, we're going to go ahead and use a smart switch. If you don't want to use it, or you want to just use a simple switch, you can replace it, same values. I like the smart switch because I can go ahead and activate it from the Rust Plus app while talking to my customer, knowing that they're about to die. So the third piece of power, we are going to move into the smart switch. We're also going to set that to 3. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and place an OR switch. So what we are going to be telling the system is that if the timer goes off, or if we manually turn the power on, to go ahead and send power out to go ahead and fry our clients. Okay, so then the last piece we need before we start hooking the rest of everything up, and this again is a personal choice. I like to have a notification come out to me via the Rust Plus if somebody does get activated by the trap, because I might be over in somebody else's base or roaming. I want to know so that I can immediately come back, pick up the bodies if need be. So by putting everything into the OR switch, and you can skip this part if you don't want to use this, we're going to go ahead and we're going to stick the power in. So if it activates, it sends me a signal, I know there's something going on. So you can go ahead and keep that, or you can just move to this next step, which is to go ahead and put a AND switch down. We'll put it up there for now. There we go. Alright, and the AND switch is going to be hooked up in 2 ways. On the left side with the 80 power, we're going to move that 80 power into the AND switch, and we're going to move either from the OR switch, or if you're using the smart alarm, we're going to place that into the second part of the trap. And what this does is it means that we now, when this AND switch is activated, have 80 power to go ahead and deploy wherever we're going to deploy it. So if we go ahead and turn on the smart switch via our Rust Plus app, or if we go ahead and activate via the timer, either way it's going to go ahead and send 80 power to this. So what we're going to do with that 80 power is we're going to spread it amongst the 4 Tesla coils. We're going to power it in. Our splitter only takes 3, we need 4, so we're going to go ahead and divide that 80 up by 4, which is 20, and then we're going to go ahead and move the rest of the power into the splitter. So then we are finally going to go hook up the Tesla coils. So for the first piece, the electric branch, we're going to go ahead, and again this is not going to be the finest electric work you've ever seen, we're going to find the power in under the bare rug with the Tesla coils. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to repeat that with the splitter, remembering that there are 2 on either side. We're going to send these through the head so that we make sure that the wires cannot go ahead and be seen. Obviously, if you were to go ahead and create this, you would not create it in front of this window. This would all be nice and blank, probably reversed. As you saw in the video, I had it within another piece, another wall there, out of sight. So now we're up and ready. So first of all, let's go ahead and let's add an item. We'll have to do it in here. Let's add an item. Let's pretend we're taking an item out of the vending machine because we've just purchased it. Okay. Take it out. It triggers the 4 Tesla coils to go ahead and absolutely fry whoever is there waiting for you. And we've got that currently set off to turn off after 10 seconds. I think I was using 5 during the trap. Or if we are stood there and we want to go ahead and fry someone, we can also go ahead and do so. You can set this up as with a timer if you want to go ahead and prevent it from continuing to run, or you can just leave it so that you can fry them for as long as you want. And that's the essence of the trap. When everything gets turned off, the smart switch will go ahead and turn off as well, so you can see how long it's running for. The timer, you can go ahead and you can leave, or you can add another switch so that you can turn the timer off whenever you want to go ahead and do so. Then simply come outside, collect your loot, shut the door, chop up the bodies, you're ready to go for the next person. If you have any questions regarding this trap, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I always try and read and reply to them. But in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this how-to with Rev, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.